shoot, I said that you claim it. It's that Xbox, spin the block, his legs live. Fast talker, no riddling, moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That much make it a portrait. Gun kick back, not grannies from porches. David on the scene, you know that it's scorching. What's the man with king? No response to the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot, what said that you claim?
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted. This what you wanted, huh?
Peace and blessing. Welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. President's Day. Well, enjoy it. I don't know what we're supposed to do on this day, how we're supposed to celebrate it, and I'm American. Shocker. Don't know. Like if it's not a gluttonous holiday or some weird ritual holiday where you have to spend a boatload of money to profess your love to individuals that you see every day, that you should be doing it every day. Anyway, they try to impose stupid things on us. Anyway, I have a boatload of stuff to talk about. Now, I know a lot of you guys tuned into Iron Lord's podcast yesterday. You did not see me there. Do apologize. Had some unforeseen stuff crop up, and those things happen. And I wouldn't be there in time. And then when I did get back, it was too late in the show, and I don't want to jump into the show and disrupt the flow of the show trying to catch up to the show. So it was effort to just, for the sake of the show and for the sake of the team, sit down on the bench. When you didn't practice and you didn't do everything that you were supposed to do, sometimes you just can't play, so you have to sit down and know the tune, right? Know it. Oh, hold on. My camera. This way. Like it anyway. Let me see. Now, a couple of things popped up. You know, I think Xbox Era had conversations with Phil Spencer. And, you know, we call him over here Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer, first of his name. If you don't know, then I would tell you to, and I'm not going to go breaking it down for you, go to Iron Lord's podcast and go figure it out. Right? It's a title that's earned type of thing. So, we had a lot of information that came out with PlayStation and Xbox. And then I'm not really going to get into Nintendo stuff because the only thing that's happening with Nintendo is people speculating on price. And I already told you the thing is going to be $499. So that's my prediction of it. It is what it is. Who cares, right? Really, absolutely no one. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to get it, you're going to get it. You're not. Simple. Oh, let me give you a real quick rundown on numbers, right? And I noticed that Destin had put out a tweet that was kind of apropos to the ignorance that is spreading like avalanche of dog poo, if you will, on Twitter, which is probably a cesspool of the land of the ignorant, right? And ignorance is not knowing. But once you do become informed, maybe you might change your tone when it comes to certain things. But it said that during this period of time, same period of time in the life cycle of the PlayStation 4 versus the PlayStation 5 sold 75 million and the PlayStation 4 sold 76.5. And, you know, services is up because of digital stuff and the transference going over. The thought process is a lot of guys believe that the PlayStation is doing something phenomenal. What I need to explain to people that don't really get it is this. I believe that the PlayStation 4 fan base is just migrating over to the new machine, right? Do I believe that there's any new adopters to the device? Possibly a point percentage of that. But the ceiling is there. Like I said before, you're not going to break that glass ceiling. And So running out tout in console sales is kind of like, I don't know, ignorant at this point. Services is pretty good, but again, as we move further and further away from physical, digital is where we're going to reside, regardless of how you feel about it and I feel about it. That's pretty much exactly where we're going as a culture. So let's get into these topics, because I do have a bunch of topics that I do want to talk about. And a lot of you guys are going to really learn I'm 98% right all the time. Former exec Mikey Barra has a thought, and I honestly think I agree with him. Now, I don't normally agree with Mikey Barra, but Xbox's new strategy is right for the business and it needs to be embraced, says former exec. Now, he says, ultimately, the strategy that Microsoft has going forward lends to being successful in this space. Now, at the end, he has a little caveat where he believes that the end game for Microsoft might be to get out of the hardware business. Now, I honestly believe that is everyone's end game. I don't believe any of these hardware manufacturers want to stay in the hardware business when we're walking into the digital age. We are in the digital age. So I don't believe that is to be either talked about. It was neither here nor there. It was a nice opinion that he had, and I kind of agree with him. At the end of the day, I think both of them want to get out of hardware, but there would be some form of hardware for something for both of them. And something that I view as a nothing burger, a complete level of ignorance, if you ask me. You know what? Here. Get used to seeing PlayStation branding in Xbox showcases. Microsoft previously debated displaying the PlayStation logo in Xbox events. Now, if you notice that, the PlayStation won't do anything of that nature, Xbox understands that PlayStation is a full customer. And what do? They sell to their customer. They sell to their customer's fan base. They understand the hard work that PlayStation did in cultivating a brand. And in cultivating that brand, you spend a lot of money. In manufacturing consoles, you spend a lot of money. When you do your services online for advertisements for upcoming games that you wish listed on your device, you have spent a lot of money. So what Xbox says is, being that PlayStation has spent a boat ton of money and we've done absolutely nothing, the least we can do is make sure that their brand is represented well on our stage, where we will be delivering games to our customers. And in that saying is, Microsoft is smart. Listen, the 70-80% that they do get from the PlayStation and the pittance that the PlayStation does have, listen, they should be happy that Xbox is advertising them, because they need to sell to their new customers. And I know, when it comes to absolute concerns about the fan base and the customers, Xbox and Phil Spencer definitely have you covered. From my interactions with him to actually seeing how he has moved throughout the years that I've known him, I must say this. I must say that he does take your concerns, and it probably weighs heavy on him when it comes to making decisions, or when it comes to bringing stuff to the board, or to Satya Nadella, ultimately the person that is either going to okay or probably deny whatever it is. But I say this to show you that Phil Spencer reassures Xbox fans that their digital libraries are safe. Now, when you come to Phil Spencer with concerns, he wants to make sure that you're being heard. Phil Spencer respects people who voice their concerns about Xbox future. Xbox doesn't want to funnel all players into a single business model. Phil respects the fans who voice their concerns about the platform's future. Cloud gaming is Xbox's fastest growing platform. With that, software and services are still remaining high. And in that regard, you must know that they're going to make sure that your digital library and your library of games is taken care of. And the fact that hardware is always a key component to giving you the full Xbox experience. Understand that hardware is going to be available. Your concerns is well heard. Don't be afraid. Technically, at the end of the day, if they live up to their promises, you will continue to support. If they don't live up to their promises, you will turn tail and close the door on them. And ultimately, as a consumer, that choice is yours and yours alone. Mr. 98% right all the time is always on time. Told y'all, PlayStation doesn't have any games. The house of ideas, the house of Sony, the house of creativity, whatever the hell that they're talking about is the house of borrowed ideas, the house of stolen creativity, the house of loss, the house of I have 75 million consoles sold with no damn games, are in a process of evaluating should they do a smaller show or a larger show. And the fact that they don't have any games, Sony's reportedly hasn't decided whether to hold an annual PlayStation 5 showcase this summer or a smaller scale state of play. And we know what their state of plays look like. They state of plays look like that piece of crap that actually just happened last week. We don't need any more state of plays. We're not looking forward to it. And do you have confidence in Sony putting together a show that you, as a consumer, will be interested in? I'm pretty sure you casuals will say yes. And I'm pretty sure that the hardcore will say, well, what the hell do they have, King? Hashtag no PlayStation 6. You know how we do. We're going to run it up on these bums. I'm going to keep the boot on Kong's neck this whole generation. When you come for the king, you better not miss. When you come for the king, you bet not miss. Now, Grand Theft Auto 5 Online has been doing its thing. Grand Theft Auto 5, the main game, has been doing its thing. The anticipation for Grand Theft Auto 6 is through the roof. The anticipation for Grand Theft Auto 6 Online is legendary. But right now is a different climate. In this world where Grand Theft Auto Online has a strong foothold in what they do, there are other companies out here that actually are kicking ass and taking names. And Rockstar understands this. And they went to some top creators and said, bro, we need your help. Grand Theft Auto 6 Rockstar is reportedly planning Roblox/Fortnite style user-generated content. Rockstar has already met with top creators regarding Grand Theft Auto 6, it's claimed. Rockstar has reportedly met with top Roblox and Fortnite creators about potential to build custom game experiences inside Grand Theft Auto 6. That's according to a new report from Digiday, which cites 3 industry insiders with knowledge of the meetings. It's claimed that Rockstar is planning to allow creators to modify Grand Theft Auto 6 game environment and assets to bring their own intellectual properties into the sandbox. Now, is this a smart thing? Does this give your game life? Yes, it does. Grand Theft Auto cannot come here with Grand Theft Auto 5 Online cannot come here and continue to do Grand Theft Auto 5 Online stuff. It must innovate, change, elevate in order to secure its sustainability and its survival. Because this is a different age. And if you look at the marketplace and realize that your nearest competitor, and the competitor is the people that has viewing time, that's Fortnite, Roblox, Minecraft, you have to understand you must either offer the services that they have in some form or fashion as mimicry, or innovate, elevate, and escalate your game plan in order to compete at their level. Remember when I told you, see, what was very good with last Saturday's live show that I did, you guys got a chance to hear from some people that was over in Saudi Arabia that, and thank you, brothers, for, jumping in the Discord. Link is in the description all the time. You can jump in anytime I have a live show. And listen, when I do Frontline Gaming streams, you can jump in. We're playing games. You can jump in the Discord. We have conversations. We talk about games. That's a live show. It's on a separate channel. That's Frontline Gaming streams. Now, Phil said, he stopped trying to make Xboxes for people to come over. Stop trying to bring people over. He makes Xboxes for the gamers that want it. The gamers that crave an Xbox. The individuals that feel that the Xbox experience is what they want to be a part of. For those people that just want to partake in the games, well, wait a second. I'm not going to tell you that. I'm not going to tell you no. If you want to spend money here, we got a way. So, as you see part of the conversation that I had on Saturday, you can check out their reasons in the region that they are, why it's like that. But let me tell you something. This is what I was reading. Phil Spencer, Xbox boss, says he stopped trying to move all players over to Xbox. We're so invested in where our games are, let's just allow more people to play. Xbox boss Phil Spencer said, not trying to move PlayStation and PC players over to the Xbox anymore. Acknowledging that players are so invested in where their games are, all he wants to do now is to allow more people to play Xbox games on their systems. Talking to Xbox era, this was one of the bigger things that he talked about. And I wholeheartedly agree. Let me tell you something. When they acquired all these studios, it was foolhardy for the hardcore individual to feel that Xbox was going to buy a Ferrari and turn it into a Jeep Grand Cherokee. No, you see, you brought that Ferrari to take it to the racetrack to do what the racetrack does. The Ferrari does this. They have been very successful in doing what they do. When you take out your off-road vehicle, your Subaru, your high-end off-road vehicles, whatever. I don't do off-road racing. But you get the gist of what I'm talking about. When you go get these vehicles, you have a reason. So when you go purchase the largest third-party distributor in the world, what do you become? De facto, December, largest third-party distributor in the world. Producer, content creator. They're going to be that every year. So I understand them. You don't want to go purchase this console? Cool. Sit right there. You wait. We'll serve you up a meal. Now, you're not VIP, so you might have to wait a while for your meal. And some dishes we do got coming out the oven, hot and ready. But sometimes you might get a little colder meal. And don't mind the bite marks around the side. They ate first. The VIPs. Now, a lot of people told me, being that live service games has popped up, the death of single player games is right around the corner. Astrobot is any indication of a quality made game, not selling to probably one of the largest fan base in this current gen. 75 million, you say, guys, like 80 million, something like that. None of you guys went out and support. Only 2 million of you guys, myself included. That's a problem. These single player story driven narrative games are looking at their mortality, and being that's PlayStation's sole thing, and they were on track to start doing live service games in order survivability. and then canceled all of them because they got spooked because the first one they laid was an egg, which they could have turned around to fix. They canceled everything. Now they have no first-party games for this year, except for Ghost of Yode, which might slip to 2026. Phil's saying all of this. And Phil says, hold on, people, I got you. Phil Spencer wants to keep backing single-player games on Xbox and not just live services. Xbox Phil Spencer reaffirms his commitment to single-player games, citing the most recent Developer Direct as an example. He said that Game Pass is a good fit for smaller single-player games like South of Midnight. This comes after both Xbox and PlayStation has suffered live service setbacks with Redfall and Concord, respectively. The difference is they're not like us. And the fact of the matter is, Concord is dead, never to be sold, never to be purchased, never to be played. Again, where Redfall is alive and well. You can sell it, you can purchase it, and you can play it. Better than the state that it launched. So stop comparing games where one game was erased from the annals of time, and at one time, it got right into the Guinness Book of World Records. Phil Spencer has reaffirmed the company's commitment to single-player games. Game Pass allows titles to be seen by over 41 million viewers. That's an install base that is active, that plays, that enjoys Xbox. Now, Microsoft themselves has over 520 million plus monthly active subscription services. Monthly active users, MAUs, if you will. So, we know who's invested in keeping your butts in the seats with those controllers in their hands. We know who's the hardcore and who's being looked after. So where Sony fails, Xbox will excel. Sony fails in multi-player games, live services, Xbox will excel. Sony is failing at single-player story-driven narrative games, Xbox will pick up the mantle and excel. This is the part in the book where you realized they weren't who we thought they were. They're exactly who I thought they were. And I told you. Hashtag no PlayStation 6. We're going to run it up on these bums. I'm going to keep the boot on Kong's neck this whole generation. I can't hold you, but you know I told you. Now, thank you. If you made it this far in the video, I appreciate your time. I hope you was entertained with everything that I did. Now, remember, go to Frontline Gaming Streams where me, the king, plays games daily. Not today's President's Day. I'm not playing no games. All right? But again, tomorrow, I'll be doing that. And you can jump in. The link in the Discord. Link in the description for the Discord. Jump in. Have fun. Listen. You've seen a lot of stuff. We talked about a lot of things. We talked about PlayStation. We talked about Xbox. There's equal opportunity here. One person is ice cold, and the other dude is scorching hot. I got to say, I'm going to rock with my scorching hot brother, Xbox. You know why? Because every day I log in and I take my logo and I look and see what's available. And I say, damn, you know what, King? You know what I'm going to do today? Try to play the Game Pass.